Okay, today we're going to do some prep work to make sure you're ready for a math project coming up for Miss Valentine. In order to do her project, you're going to need to be in a Google Slide presentation. So let's make a new one. When you're in Drive, you'll go to New, Google Slides. That will open a new tab with a blank presentation for you. For her presentation, you're actually going to want blank slides. You can see that this has a title and a subtitle. Well, there's two ways of getting rid of that. I could select the title box and then hit my backspace on my keyboard. Or if I come up here to this Add a Slide button and to the right, click this little arrow, I could go ahead and put in a blank slide and then just come back up here to slide number 1. While it's selected over here, use that backspace button and delete the whole slide. If her project requires you to have more than one slide, you can keep adding these blank slides as needed. Eventually, Google will predict that you want a blank slide and you can click this plus button and it'll give you just a plain blank slide because it's realizing, oh, they keep putting in blank slides. She will need you to work with this shape tool. You're going to be creating fraction images. And I need you all to be able to create the basic candy bar type shape. So I'm going to click my shape tool. I'm going to go to shapes and grab this rectangular square shape. If I click it, you can see I have this plus sign. That means I'm ready to draw. I'm going to draw something that looks like a square, and I'm going to release. Now, you guys know the most important thing about fractions is that they're divided into equal pieces. Do you think I'm going to get an equal piece if I repeat the steps and just try really hard to make it look the same? The answer is no. They're not going to be quite the same because there's human error involved. They look really close, but they're not exactly the same. So I'm going to click this guy and delete it. What could we do to get something that looks exactly like this shape? You're correct, copy paste. So I'm going to Control C, Control V, and now I've got an identical square. And these red lines, remember, can help you match up. This shows me I'm right in line with the square next to it. I'm going to try to make a candy bar type fraction image that has 8 total squares. So I'm going to, that image is still copied to my digital clipboard. I'm going to go ahead and paste it so I get 8 total squares. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And all I'm doing is hitting Control V, Control V, Control V. And I'm going to line these guys up, kind of candy bar formation here, using these red lines that appear when I get close to kind of help snap them into place. All right. So now I've got this candy bar looking thing and everything is shaded in. So right now this fraction is 8 over 8 or 1 whole. Now I want to change that. I want this fraction to represent 4 over 8, whoops, or 1/2. So if I click one of my images and go to my paint bucket, right now it's this light gray. I could change it to transparent or no color. And I can do that for each of these. So now my fraction is 4/8, also known as 1/2. I think for your project, you're also going to have to know how to insert a text box so you can type in it. Right here is where you get your text box, and it's asking you to draw the box. And you can obviously control the font. And I would show 4 over 8, or that's known as 1/2. You're going to have to wait for Miss Valentine to get the very specific directions. She may even be asking you to do like text box, then a line. Ooh, that line was crooked. And then a text box. So it looks a lot like the fractions you're used to seeing. So let's make this number nice and big. And this number, same, nice and big. Oh, I made it bigger, didn't I? But you get the idea, right? And this was just a line. I got that from coming to my line tool and just drawing a line. I keep drawing them crooked. The last thing I want to show you is a new feature, which is, I'm going to go back back in time here to when all my squares were gray. You notice I did click transparent, click transparent, like it took a lot. I can select more than one of these by doing control, click, 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 kind of like we did when we were grouping objects. So if I hold control key down and click, 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 I've got these 4 selected. I can change all of them to transparent at one time. And same like if I don't want to work with gray because it's kind of boring, I can hold control and click, 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 click to change these colors to a color that I like better. I've kind of been on a green kick here. There we go. You can also control, click, 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 change the line color. If you don't like the gray that it defaults to, you could change your line color to something else. I changed it to blue, and I can also change the thickness here. Now, I will say, that looks really nice. I will say for fraction bars, let me go through and select these again. It wouldn't be smart to do something really, actually, I was going to say that's a bad example, but it actually looks pretty good. But just be careful that what you're producing still looks really nice. My last tip for you is different than the control, click, click. So when I was selecting all 8 of these, I had to hold control and click 8 times. There's another key that can help us with that situation, and that's the shift key. I click my first one and hold shift and click the last one, notice it selects everything. And just to show that it's selected, I'm going to change my line color to this dark red. It's going to be Christmassy. Oh, look at that. It didn't work. False alarm, everybody. Let's go back. And I guess you'll have to control click, 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 click to get that effect to change your line color to something else. All right, good luck. Today's going to be about playing around. I want you to play around making fraction bars, text boxes, practice with your line tool, and things like that.